Now we're going to run through a few frequently asked questions about the PEI PNP work permit stream program. So we have a few questions here prepared that are asked by clients often, and we can ask Hugh about these questions, and then we can see how he answers.
Okay.
So first question we have from a client is, do I need to invest $150,000 in my business and spend an additional $75,000 for eligible operating expenses?
So no. The investment of the $150,000 is already including the $75,000 of eligible operating expenses. So instead of investing $225,000, still they're looking at investing $150,000. And as I mentioned in the first video, typically our clients end up spending $90,000 to $100,000, including the operating expenses and including also the amount they spend to purchase business assets.
Okay.
Yeah.
Another question that I have here in the list is, I own a real estate property with my parents. Can I claim the value of the ownership on it to meet the minimum net worth requirement?
No. For PEI, I mean, this information with that property should still be listed on your immigration form,
Okay.
and you should still count this on your total net worth. But for PEI PNP, they do have the minimum net worth requirement of $600,000. So towards that requirement, this would not be counted. So properties that are owned with your spouse or children can be considered towards your minimum net worth, but with someone other than those people would not be counted.
Okay, okay, I see.
That seems clear. I have another question regarding the net worth. So what if a client's net worth is comprised a majority by inheritance? Can their inheritance count towards their net worth?
Yes. So inherited assets can be counted towards the minimum net worth requirement, but you will still have to provide some additional documents. So death certificate of your parents, and also, if applicable, will. But if there was no will, then you will need to provide like a legal opinion or law, like indicating that they legally obtained their assets by inheritance.
Sure. So if they get a large sum of money, they have to be able to prove where the money came from.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, it seems that most questions here transit toward the net worth, and the next one is one of those two.
Okay.
So, client asked, currently I don't have 600,000, but my parents can give me the funds as gift. Can it be counted towards my net worth?
No. For PEI PNP, the PEI Immigration Office, they do not recognize gift assets.
Okay.
Yeah. So it has to, inheritance is different from gift, obviously, and then it has
So
to
no
be
donations.
no donation, no charity, or no
okay.
gift. Yeah. I mean, those, if you have like gifted assets, but you just cannot include it towards the $600,000 requirement.
Okay.
Yeah.
I see. No exceptions.
No exceptions.
Okay, great.
Okay. And the next question we have from a potential client is regarding their work experience. So they say, do I have to open a business that matches to my professional or previous work experience?
So recommended for sure, because it's easier for applicants to really like establish and run successfully. But as long as the program requirement goes, they do not have to propose a business matching to their professional experience.
Could the province reject an application because the client has no related experience? Is it at their discretion?
So first of all, the province could refuse the application if they find they don't have any like a strong compelling reason as to why they're proposing such business plan. But it cannot be solely based on the fact that they don't have the matching experience. Yeah.
Okay.
I see. Next question here in the list is like, clients have an option instead to start a new business. They can buy an existing business in PEI and also be eligible for the program.
Yes. So applicants, they can choose to buy an existing business and operate it for 12 months. But the key is they still have to spend $75,000 as an eligible operating expense for the purchase business. So whatever they spend to buy that business will be counted towards the investment requirement. But typically it will be more than $150,000, I think. And on top of that, they have to spend $75,000 for the expenses.
Okay. And the last question I have here is about the family's residence. I know this question has come up in not only PEI but other provinces and immigration programs as well. So in this situation, the spouse wants to remain in their home country, maybe settle their accounts there, run their own business while their spouse is in Canada operating their business. So are they able to do that to separate the family and live separately while the principal applicant is in PEI?
It is possible, but there are a few things that applicants need to be careful. So they still have to declare all the information. They have to provide all the forms and required documents. So we call it like full examination. So the spouse application still has to be fully examined, and then they have to declare all the assets, whether it's jointly owned or solely owned by spouse. And then the PEI PNP, the PEI Immigration Office, will only consider half of the assets that they own together. And then you still have to meet the $600,000 requirement. So, for example, let's say you and your spouse, the jointly owned net worth or combined net worth is $800,000, which is more than enough to meet the program requirement. But then your spouse decided not to come to PEI and just remain in the country, in the home country. In that case, the PEI Office of Immigration will only consider half of your net worth. So not $400,000. So then you're not eligible for the program anymore. So you have to be careful with this. And then as long as you meet all the other requirements, yes, it is possible. Yes.
It's good to know.
See, I think it's everything clear.
Mhm.
Then we can wrap it up. And thank you very much, Hugh, again, for clarifying those topics to us. And I hope to see you guys later. See you.